kingdoms of this world is by annihilating. And we annihilate all the kingdoms of the world, which are essentially evil and pagan and corrupt. Now we can establish the kingdom of God. And that's what the zealots believe, that we've got to kill off everyone else. And then immediately our rule, our service for God, we will not be enslaved by anybody else. We will not be taxed by these kingdoms. We can give all of our money, all of our resources, all of our time, all of our energy to God's kingdom. Now the second movement would be the folks here. And these are, again, we call them Essenes. Everybody has a different idea about what Essenes means, because we only find the word in Greek, and clearly this is not a Greek word. I think it's an Aramaic word, Hassan. And Hassan means to be isolated. And that's what they believed in. Now I use the word carefully because they're very similar to the Pharisees. And I'll mention differences here. They believe that we install the kingdom of God in segregation, through segregation. We have to isolate ourselves away, something completely different. And so the idea of moving from the land of honey into the land of milk, even economically, we've got to segregate ourselves from that. Okay? So that's the whole emphasis of this movement. And therein, this movement will become the new Israel. Each of us will be the new Israel. If I keep pure every day, that in a way will purify the coming kingdom of God. Okay? Thirdly, there would be the Sadducees. And the Sadducees come from Zadok. Zadok is related to Zadokites. So the Sadducees were also people of the Zadokite line. The Zadokite line are the legitimate temple priests at the time of Solomon. So these people are priests, but they object to the priests up there. But the Sadducees are an element of the Zadokite family that believe that you don't segregate yourself away from these people. You actually collaborate with them. That you give yourself, you work with the kingdoms of this world. And out of that, you will influence the kingdoms of this world. And the kingdom of God will ultimately come about here on earth. So the Sadducees didn't believe in the resurrection and the afterlife and so forth. Because they thought, we will work with the kingdoms of this world. And we will purify them from within. Now, I was told very early when I was a little kid that the Sadducees didn't believe in the resurrection. That's why they were sad. So, you know, so that kind of works a little bit, but I don't think they were sad. Actually, they were quite happy. And we'll find out that the real enemies of Jesus, and most of these movements were the Sadducees, because the Sadducees had given in to the Romans. And all these other movements are objecting to the Romans. So the Sadducees become sort of the front runners of the Romans. They're expected to keep order. And so when they got to deal with these movements, and they were hated by all the movements. Okay? It was the priest ultimately responsible for Jesus. You know, oftentimes people in Israel, even today, will say to me, you know, you guys blame the Jews for killing Christ. Don't you know it was the Romans that killed Christ? And I see where they're going with this, because actually it was the priests that engineered the death of Christ. We know that, right? But my response is always the same. Really? I thought I was responsible. I'm glad to know that. They don't understand. So Christian theology is a little different, isn't it? All of us, the pollution of the mortal soul of every individual, let Christ be crossed. That's good Pauline theology. All right, so we've got the zealots who believe in annihilation. That's the way you deal with the kingdoms of this world, right? And that will be your role with regard to the other kingdom and bringing in the kingdom of God. And then you've got the Essenes that believe in segregation from the kingdom. And those things, there'll be an ultimate battle where they will be destroyed, and the kingdom of God will be established here in the desert, and our teachers of righteousness will be the new Messiah, as he was understood to be. By the way, the word for righteousness in Hebrew is Zadok. Zadok. So the Zadokites, you see, their name actually means righteousness. That's why their leader's called the teacher of righteousness. That's no accident, no coincidence. And then we've got the Sadducees who believe you collaborate with the kingdom of God. And if you collaborate with them, the kingdom of God will come in that way. And then we got a really curious, funny group, and it's the only group that survived, by the way, and that would be the Pharisees. Today, mainline rabbinic Judaism is essentially Pharisaic Judaism. And so you will hear Revs today who understand this, they know where they came from. They say, I'm a Pharisee. And we say, Pharisee? Oh, they're the enemies of Jesus. You know, no, Pharisees are actually pretty good guys. As a matter of fact, in Jesus' day, Jesus' teaching and Jesus' understanding were all Pharisaic. His theology was all Pharisaic. So when he criticized the Pharisees, he said, you know, listen to them. You know, when they teach, they're right, but don't live like they live. That's the problem. So the Pharisees, who were these guys? Well, they were basically lay Bible teachers. They were. You know, their teachers were the priests, the Sadducees, who believed in collaboration. But the Pharisees now believed that, said that the problem with the Sadducees is that purity has to do with the priest. If the priests are pure, then the people are purified through the priest. So everything was about the formal religion. And the Pharisees tried to do what Jesus was trying to do, is bring matters of the law and purity into the lives of common people, that we're all responsible for living pure lives. Would you say there's anything wrong with that teaching? I don't think so. And the other part of their teaching is they believe that the law doesn't, you know, it has to be expanded. And there are exceptions within the law. That's why they expanded the law and so forth, and that's what qualifies. So people often say, well, the Pharisees believed you couldn't do any work on the Sabbath. Not really. They added a lot of exceptions to that piece of legislation. They decided that if you know, somebody falls and they break their leg, what do you leave them there because it happens to be the Sabbath? No, that is an exception to the Sabbath legislation. You're supposed to help that person. Now, if somebody's sick and they've been sick for a week, let them go. We'll deal with them tomorrow, you see. So they just kind of decided that when the law comes into everyday life, obviously we're going to have to make some accommodations for them. And so the laws against sex with animals, for instance, they expanded into all kinds of sexual perversion. So it made it relevant to people of the time. So it's very much focused on common people. Those of you who are involved in Bible study, you know, a number of you are there with, you know, the women's groups and so forth. You would be Pharisees here today, because they were lay teachers and so forth who really wanted to bring the biblical discussions into normal people's lives and not leave it to the temple professionals to decide all this stuff. So anyway, we go on. But here's something else about the Pharisees. They believed in the afterlife, the Ha'olam Haba, that we need to prepare ourselves for the afterlife. How do we do that? By living good lives now. And if we live good lives now we're practiced for the good lives that we'll live when we get to heaven. See, that theology is very much like Christian theology. So, you know, that's why when we look at all these things, we say that all of them have something in common with Christian teaching that we see in the Gospels and also in Pauline material in the Bible. Now, the Pharisees believed that paras in Hebrew means to separate. So they believe that you have to separate yourselves in order to bring in the kingdom of God. Now, that's different than segregating yourself. That's Zadokite line. They're isolating themselves away. But the Pharisees separated themselves from the whole temple formal religion, and they set up these lay leader conferences and so forth, like we have today. We have all kinds of Bible conferences and specialists, and they're not necessarily ordained people, but we don't care. That's who the Pharisees were. Okay, and so that's why when we see the teaching of Jesus, he was not a Pharisee because he didn't have his own Bible study or so forth. But he was a disciple maker. He was sort of a practical rabbi who at least would be teaching the same kind of stuff. So anyway, to summarize real quick, sorry I kept it too long, but at least we had to cover. First of the zealots, annihilation is the key. That's how we bring in the kingdom of God. Second would be the Essenes, segregation. We bring in the kingdom of God separate, segregated from the pollution. And thirdly, the Sadducees who believe in annihilation. We go along with it.
The black thing is no black.
We live within the culture and we will have an impact. Don't worry about the night to come. There is no night to come. This will be time. You know, the kingdom of God.
Okay.